Hey future coders, welcome back to CodePiece, where we turn confusing code into clear concepts. Ever had too many variables like Mark 1, Mark 2, Mark 3 and got tired with Mark 4? Yep, been there. But that's where arrays save the day. Today, we are diving into arrays, what they are, why we need them, the types, and simple examples, all beginner friendly. Stick around for notes, a little homework, and hand on code practice. And hey, don't forget to subscribe if you are learning something new. Let's get started. Before we jump into the definition of an array, let's first understand why do we even need array in the first place. Imagine this. You need to store the marks of just 5 students. You might do something like this, right? It works, but only for a small number of values. Now, what if you had to store the marks of 1000 students? Creating 1000 separate variables? Nah, not only is that impossible to manage, it's kind of messy and totally inefficient and makes your code super hard to maintain. This is exactly the kind of problem arrays are designed to solve. So, in simple words, arrays help us to store multiple values of same type under one name using index position to access each one. That's the basic idea behind arrays. Now that we know why we need arrays, let's understand what an array actually is. An array is a collection of elements, all of same data types, stored together in a contiguous memory location. That means each element is placed right next to the previous one in RAM without any gap. This is called contiguous memory allocation. Each element in the array is accessed using an index, and that index always starts from 0. As you can see in this diagram, each element is stored at a specific memory location. These memory locations are continuous, one right after another, which make accessing them very fast and efficient. This structure is what makes array one of the most powerful and commonly used data structure in programming. Types of arrays. Arrays are not just limited to one simple form. They come in different types depending on how we want to store and access the data. Let's look at the most common ones. First is one-dimensional array. This is the simplest type, just a straight list of elements like 1, 2, and 3. You can think of it like a row of boxes, each holding a value. Second is two-dimensional array. This is like a grid or table with rows and columns. For example, storing marks of multiple students across different subjects. It often visualized as a matrix. Third is multi-dimensional arrays. These go beyond 2D and are used in complex programs like image processing or 3D games. For example, a 3D array could represent a cube of data. Fourth is dynamic arrays. Unlike normal arrays, these can grow or shrink during runtime. In C++, we use vector for this. In Python, lists act like dynamic arrays by default. Each type of array has its own use case, and understanding them help us to choose the right one for the problem we are solving. Key properties. Let's quickly go over some key properties of array. First is fixed size. Once you define the size of an array, it stays the same until and unless you are using a dynamic one. Second is same data type. All elements must be of same type, like all are integer or all must be string. Next is fast access. You can access any element instantly using its index. This is called big O of 1 time. Next is efficient storage. Arrays use contiguous memory, which make them fast and memory friendly. Example use cases. Let's look at a few simple and practical examples where arrays are used. First, storing the marks of students. Instead of creating separate variables for each marks, we can store them all in one array. Second, Storing items in a shopping cart. As the user adds or remove items, we can manage them easily using array or dynamic arrays. And third, arrays are heavily used in a sorting algorithm like bubble sort or quick sort, where we need to rearrange the elements efficiently. These are just a few everyday scenarios, but arrays are used in almost everyday real world application behind the scenes. Alright, that's it for today's video. I have shared all the notes we covered along with code in a Google Drive link in the description below. And now homework. Try solving the question I have listed at the end of the notes. They are beginner friendly and help you understand arrays better. Once you have done it, drop a comment saying homework done. Also, let me know what topic you would like me to cover next. Maybe loops, string, or maybe more data structures. Your feedback really helps me shape future videos. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you found this helpful.